amazing this how amazing is it, like and I'm very thankful to you guys for organizing such a beautiful webinar for all the women out there to understand like how tech works and how they can excel in this field, and what's like coming in their ways and how they can tackle and excel in all ways. So yeah, it's really amazing platform. Thanks to you guys for organizing and making it happen today. I have a really nice presentation to share with everyone, so we can go through that. Do you have in mind like how many people are joining today? So if that's all the count is, then we can just start, or should we wait for further few minutes?
So had around 30 people per webinar so far. So we can definitely wait for a couple more minutes and see what the participation is going to be today. But yeah, let's give it a couple minutes.
Cool. Let's do that. So yeah.
Okay, so who wants to share? Anyone wants to volunteer?
Yeah, meanwhile, everyone can like just share their field and tell us more about themselves, so we know who we are talking to today.
Okay, so I guess I'm gonna start. Hi, my name is Melissa. I'm 17 years old, and yeah, I'm from Romania.
Welcome, Lisa. Good to have you here.
Nice, Melissa. What was your motivation for coming today? Do you want to work in tech, or are you still exploring that?
I guess I just want to learn more things, and maybe in the future I will work in the tech. I don't know honestly right now, but I guess I will see.
Yeah, good. That's good.
Okay, anyone else? Maybe Alexandra, Denisa, Raisa, whoever wants to go next.
I mean, I can go. I don't know much about tech. I think it's pretty new to me, but I've always wanted to learn more. I've tried like coding a little bit, but it was pretty hard for me to do by myself. And I really want to see like maybe some jobs that I can do with tech, not only like programming, but maybe other jobs.
Yeah, that's good to hear. Like I will share like lots of good links with you all where you can learn the coding from scratch, like literally from zero to hero. And they really help in achieving people who are not from the tech background. They can always excel, come to the tech industry right away with like such a small courses. Like they have like few courses which are like 72 hours tutorials or something. You can do that over the weekend and for the whole week if you are on some vacations or summer break or anything of that nature. But you can just start your career right there in the tech. It's always good to have a degree, but it's not always needed. So it's really nice, like if people are interested and have their mindset towards this, it's a really brilliant opportunity. I will definitely gonna explore more with you all and will let you know like which are the platform that you can go and like work and just enroll yourself for free and learn everything from scratch for free.
Yeah, thank you.
That's awesome. Okay, I think we can start in a bit, Alexandra. And before that, if you want to start your camera, if you want to, unmute yourself to share something about yourself, I think that would be really great. And it'll also help Ayesha speak to some faces rather than to a screen, because it gets a little weird on Zoom. So yeah, please feel free to do that. And if you want to start by writing in the chat, if you're in high school or if you're in university or even past that, I think that will be super helpful for Ayesha to know. And yeah, I think we're good to go.
Just a quick note. I am trying to share the screen, and it says like host disable the participant screen sharing. So, can you able me to share my screen?
Yeah, one second. I mean, I can also share it for you if you want. Do you want to share the presentation?
Yeah,
Or,
presentation.
yeah.
Yeah, but if you can disable me, so I will be able to run the way I want.
Yeah, 1 second.
Sure.
Okay.
So you just have to
Maybe.
go to share screen. There should be, or if you want to make me a co-host, I can also do that.
Okay. Let me make.
Be able to click on my.
No, I made Ayesha the co-host. I think it's okay this
Okay.
way as well.
Perfect.
Yeah, okay. Can you share now? I think it should be.
Yeah, I think now it's allowing me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before we get the presentation prepped, Alexandra, if you want to do a short introduction for everyone.
Okay, yeah. I think we can start with that. Okay, so first of all, thank you for participating in this webinar, everyone that is here. I'm very happy to have all of you here, and I'm really happy that you're interested in this subject. Well, first of all, I'm Alexandra. I'm an ambassador in Her Time Romania, and I'm going to moderate this webinar today. And I enjoy like this domain of tech. I think it's very beautiful. I think you can do a lot of things with it. And I think it's very important to know, I mean, at least a little bit of technology, because everything is going to be technology in a few years. And yeah, what can I say? I can say that if you want to hear more from us, you can follow us on our Instagram, Her Time Romania, on our Facebook. And you can connect with over 10,000 people on our Instagram. And that is amazing. That is amazing that so many women are interested in hearing about a lot of things like technology, which is great. And we also thank Ayesha for being here, because without her, we wouldn't know about breaking barriers and bridging the gender gap. So thank you, Ayesha. And thank you for speaking with us today.
Thank you so much for having me here. And it's definitely an amazing opportunity for every woman to join and see like their potential and their potential field that they can choose and work for, especially for the women who are into tech and they just don't know where to start. And they are still struggling to find the right opportunity and the right field for themselves. So can you see my screen? Yeah, okay. So I will start with my intro first.
Just a second, don't mean to interrupt you, but if you're able to put it into present mode.
Oh, isn't it in the present mode?
I see it's right there next to editing and next to share.
Okay. It's just allowing me to share the whole screen, I guess.
Yeah, it should be on the right side next to share. Then there's editing and present.
Yeah.
If you go back, there's the editing tab right next to it, and then the present.
It says viewing only and editing, and then that's share, right?
Yes, perfect. Thank you.
No worries. Okay. So I hope everyone can see the whole screen clear, nice and clear. So yeah, by the introduction, my name is Ayesha, and I've been in the tech field for more than 5 years now. I have worked with like multinational companies to all startups, and I have gained like online working experience from in person and being with so many different clients throughout the world. I've gained like almost 5+ years of experience in exploring the tech and finding the right place for myself. I did my bachelor's in computer sciences for like 4 years bachelor program, and then I did my master's in software engineering from London. Then I started off my career. I started off my career when I graduated from my bachelor's, and so on till the date I'm working in Kano computing, as most of the people might know if they have seen my LinkedIn. So yeah, I've been working as a senior QA engineer. So just give you a little bit background about it. The field that I'm working in is like quality insurance. So what my job is to find issues in the code. So the whole process, I am not sure like if everybody has any familiarity with the tech and how things work. So just give you a bit of idea. So when the software team develops something in a form of code, they code something, and then definitely there's a room for the improvements. So they send over to our team, and we find issues and bugs, and we try to break that code so we can improve and make a better version of the code. So that's what my job is. So yeah, today we will be talking about the empowering women in tech, which is like actually a big thing. We have been seeing so many issues lately. In my almost career, I've seen so disparity between male and female when they are in the tech. So there have been times when there were like a massive gender gap. There were time when we were like just struggling because you were a woman, and you are being considered less than man just because there's a saying, or maybe a mindset, that guys are better in tech, or maybe they can do better in technology, but that's not a case. And we should never keep any field with the gender specific, like, okay, like the tech is only can be handled by men better than any woman. I have seen so many impressive women all my life who've been running the massive businesses and the tech businesses with their capabilities only. So yeah, we are here to talk and discuss like how we can improve and how we can bring that forward for other women to join and see their capabilities. Going further, I will. Okay, I think if I try to move my slide, it's not letting me do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, for the introduction, so yeah, for all the women's, like the young women and the girls who wants to work in the tech, they are so thrilled and they really want to be the part of the tech, but they are afraid they will not be accepted maybe, or they will not explore their potential just because they think like that field is not for them. So I really want to discuss that, like that's not the thing. Like no field can define that is just a gender specific maybe, or it's just can be done by guys, or that's not what the reality is. So the world of technology holds no boundaries, and there are massive opportunities are waiting for you all. Don't let any doubt or stereotypes hold you back, and embrace your passion for tech, and fearlessly don't let you pursue what you actually want. So this is actually an exciting field, and your creativity, intelligence, and unique perspective are invaluable. So I always, whenever I have a webinar or discussion, I always encourage women, girls to come forward and join all these kind of massive webinars where they can learn and like think beyond their potential. And I believe everyone has massive potential, but it's just a matter of the opportunity. So everyone should be like capable of doing anything, And I feel like women are more better in so many different prospects. They are better organizers, they can manage things better, they can take pressure better than men. So to be honest, I think sometimes, yeah. So I feel like you have a power of doing anything in future, innovative ideas, groundbreaking solutions. Remember, you belong here, and you're surrounding and everything yourself with, like, you can do anything. I mean, you can become a creator, innovator, or leader of tomorrow. Embrace your challenges, believe in yourself, and your brilliance shine in the world of tech. So we definitely need to be together. Let's break this barrier, inspire change, and create a culture where we welcome women throughout the world and let them do what they want. So the gender gap in tech is like something that I think most of the women in the tech has seen in their life. And if you have not been like the part of any tech so far, you might have to face that a bit. But to create the purpose of this webinar is to like encourage everyone that if it happens, that shouldn't refrain you from growing ahead. And it's just a part of a journey. Like you always see like the persistent gender gap in tech, women remain like undervalued, to be honest. They considered like maybe in some main high-end roles, we should better consider some guy for that particular field or a role or a position. And if it comes to a leadership position, they never try to bring a woman on the board, which is quite depressing. Even in the year of 2013, in the era of like today's, we are still facing these kind of challenges and barriers and biases. Women face challenges such as gender biases, stereotype, unequal opportunities, and so much. So I definitely think that's a time when we should come forward and bring that change. The diversity and innovation, the addressing the gender gap, innovation, creativity, and better decision. We should always we should try to come forward and try to address these gender gap, fosters innovation, creativity, better decision making, and within the organizations. The economic impact, closing the gender gap in tech can drive economic growth. And when we have an equal opportunity, if we have, like, I remember a past experience, we had 4 posts I was recruiting for, and I was just generally getting all the LinkedIn messages. People were calling me, sending me emails, and sending me their resume, CVs, and I was just shortlisting people for my own team. And I was somewhat from the HR, I got the idea they want more men rather than hiring women. That was a time when I thought, like, wait, why? I'm just going to see the talent, not the gender. So that's what we need to see, and that's what everyone see in their life. So when you are in the power, when you have some power to recruit, or maybe when you have a power to decide what you can do, I think we should always encourage women. So at that moment, I hired 3 women and 1 man. So I just gone against the HR policy. That was not a policy that was written anywhere. It was just their mindset that obviously they cannot advertise that we don't hire women. Obviously they can't. And if they will do that, they will be in a very bad position. They will never advertise that thing. But in underhand, they were trying to tell me that, oh, how about hiring more men, so they are more responsible, they can take challenges in a better way. So I was like, yeah, I'll see how it goes. But my focus was to hire a talent, not a gender. So in doing that, so I hired 3 women and 1 man, and the guy I hired was quite talented, obviously, but that was not based on if he's a man or a girl or whatever the gender is. The focus was to find a talent. So if you are talented enough, you will be heard. So I'm not saying here like you will face all of it, everyone face that. No, it's not that the case. But in the journey you might come across such people, or you will work with such people who have that mindset. So it does not define your capabilities or your talent or anything. It's just their mindset. And we are here to change that mindset, and we're trying to make a difference in the world where we will bring that thought out. Like, okay, that is something beyond, and we don't care about the gender. We just care about the talent. So when it comes to equal opportunities, promoting equal opportunities, challenging, creative, inclusive environment, crucial to bridge the gender gap. So these are the things that we should, when we are in the power, like for me, in my experience, whenever I hire, I do not look, when I'm reviewing a CV, I never look into the gender. I always look into the talent. And if I need some person on my team, and if they qualify for all the qualities that I'm looking for, that's the right pick. I do not see if they are from where they are, what's their origin, what their capabilities. All I want is the talent that I'm looking for. So there are some common challenges faced by women in tech that I just discussed. These are like gender-based and stereotypes. Women often encounter gender biasness and the stereotype. Unequal opportunities for career advancement. Women may face challenges in assessing the advanced opportunities such as promotions, leadership roles, pay raise, and such things. Work-life balance and family commitments. Balancing work and personal responsibilities, particularly challenging for women in tech, impacting their career growth. We should also understand that now in the world where the couple is working, we should always encourage that, like, women are also contributing towards the household. So we have to recognize that thing, that it's just not the woman is just working 9 to 6. They are also mothers. They are also responsible for their household. They are also at the end of the day human. So they get tired, they get frustrated, and they have more responsibilities than a man. I mean, in my culture, I have seen a man who just do 9 to 5 and they are like done for the day. And they think they have done so much, but they did not. They just went to a work, which was a basic thing. And that is expected from them. So, and a woman, she's doing 9 to 5 and she's still expected to work in the house as well. They should be look after their kids. They are mothers. They are balancing their work life with their personal life. So they have so much on their shoulders than a man is doing already. So lack of support and inclusion. Some women may struggle with lack of support and they feel like they are not being supported the way they should be. Inclusion in male dominating tech environments. Men should understand, like, they are mothers, they are wives, they have a house as well. So definitely, I'm not saying like due to that they will not work the way they should, or their promotion should be not discussed, or their pay raise should not be that much. Why not? I think they should be encouraged more than a man, because they are doing 2 full-time jobs. So I always encourage, and whenever I work with the women who have their families, who have their kids, I always take in consideration if they have to take their kids from nursery, I always encourage them to work from home, to do whatever it takes. But to obviously they are talented enough to trust them and work with them. So yeah. So overcoming challenges. How we can overcome those challenges, which are the part of women being in tech. Building confidence, encouraging women to develop confidence in their abilities and their assets, and can overcome gender biasness and stereotypes. Seeking mentorship and support networks, that's very important. Connecting with mentors and joining support networks can provide guidance, advice, and strong support. It's really important. I think joining such kind of networks, that the way you guys are here, it's like the proof that you are supporting each other. You are providing like strength to each other, and you're connecting with mentors and joining the sport, and that will help you in your building your career in future. Definitely. Advocating equal opportunities. Women can advocate for themselves and others by pushing for equal opportunities, like fair policies and diversities initiative in workplace. It's really important. Developing skills and continuous learning. I think that's the most important thing. The continuous learning is something that is very important in tech, because tech is something which changes every day. Every new day we have a new language. We are working on a different projects. We are learning new skills every other day. So we have to keep ourselves up to date with all the upcoming skills and upcoming coding languages or whatsoever is in the market in the tech. We should be aware of them, and we should keep ourselves up to date, so we can like thrive and we can like work anywhere we want. Then promoting diversity and inclusion. For me, creative inclusive work environments, building culture for inclusion where all individuals feel valued, respected, empowered to contribute their unique ideas and perspective. Like establishing diverse hiring practices, as I just given the example that when I was hiring, I was not hiring for a gender, I was hiring for a talent. So actively seeking a diverse talent pools, implementing unbiased hiring practices. So when it says unbiased hiring practices, I mean the way I've been told to try to hire someone male. That was my question, like why? So that's why I put here like saying like unbiased hiring practices. Like we should not be biased about the gender. Like we are hiring for a talent, we are not hiring a gender. So I always advocate that like we should be very vocal about that. And all those kind of biasness that we see in the recruitment process should be filtered out, and we should try to bring a fair game for everyone where the talent can be recognized. So it comes to skill development and continuous learning. I always emphasize on the importance of upskilling, like recognizing that tech industry is rapidly evolving and continuously updating skills is essential to stay relevant and competitive. Like we have so many different tools that comes every week. So we should be aware in the tech. If you want to be excel in the tech, you should be aware of all those things, at least that comes in your field. Identifying in-demand skills is very important. We need to look forward, like what is in the demand, what we have, like what people are looking for. So we need to build our CVs according to that skills, identify skills that are high in demand in tech industry, and align personal development goals accordingly. Like it should align with your goals and what you want to do. Like I'm in a field of QA, so I do not explore all the tech industries skills, but I just look for the skills that requires in my job, so I can be a better professional, so I can be a better in my job. And for the future goals and future jobs, I will be able to find like the best role for myself, because I am continuously learning, I'm making changes in my career, I'm making adding more skills to my CV. That's all I need for going ahead in the same field. So pursuing professional development opportunities, actively seeking out professional development opportunities such as like maybe workshops, conference, and online courses to enhance your skill and knowledge. As in the start of the webinar, I mentioned that I will share some really nice free platforms with you all where you can just start your career right there. If you are interested in coding, I will give you some really massive platforms where you can just sign in and just start practicing the coding. And even if you don't know anything about coding, you can just start from zero, and from zero it will make you a hero. So I will always, like whenever I have a juniors, I give them that platform and I tell them to explore and learn and see what they want and what they like, so they can identify their like goals, they can identify their career, and they can polish their career accordingly. Call to action: participate in mentorship programs, engage in mentorship programs to support and guide inspiring women in tech, as we are doing today, helping them navigate challenges, advance in their career. Network and collaborate, that's very important. I mean, actively network with professionals in the industry helps a lot. I have been doing that. I have so many people that I know in the tech field. And whenever I have to move to another job, I always reach out to them. And they always are very helpful because they know like that's a network and we help each other. So both women, men, to build connection, share knowledge, explore collaboration opportunities. It helps them to reach to the common goal, and which is to excel in their own career. Advocate for the diversity. Use your voice to advocate for diversity and inclusion in the tech industry, encouraging equal opportunities, fair practice within your organization and beyond. That's what I always do. As I mentioned before, when I am hiring for a team, I'm very vocal about my needs. I tell them that these are the talent I'm looking for. These are skills that I'm looking for. I don't mind whoever it is. I don't mind even the guy is from any region, any nationality, any language. I don't mind having them if they have the right skill that I'm looking for. So now I will be writing some really nice tools for you in the chat, so you guys can just go and explore yourself and see like what kind of things you want in life, like what kind of career you want to pursue. Maybe it will be too much to absorb in such a short span. Maybe you are not already there or ready to do that, but take your time, explore, find your right place, find your right field, and start exploring. I have a platform where you can just code. You don't have to have any setup. You don't have to have any studios. If anyone is familiar, they might know, like, if you want to code, you have to have an environment and you have to have a studio. But installing them and publishing them, it's a proper job. And sometimes people just get frustrated and they say, oh, we are not doing it. So to eliminate all that process, I have a platform for you all. You can just go there, start learning, start testing, and start working right there. And you will be able to see your errors right there. It will help you identify your errors, and then it will give you the right code as well to self-learn. So I know I know most of you guys will know the Udemy. It's really a nice platform where you can see like lots of free courses as well. There are like lots of free courses that you can just enroll and just go with your own pace. That's an amazing platform as well. Now I have a time for you all to discuss like what kind of questions you guys have and what kind of things that you want to share. And if you have any question, I would love to answer everything. And meanwhile, I'll just drop in the message for you all about the platform I'm talking about the whole time. So yeah, that's for me. I'll just quickly bring that up. So yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for sharing this with us. It's really amazing to see that a woman that works in this field can actually share her story and be very helpful. Well, one question that I have for you, because I've been thinking about it and I think it's my problem with technology, is how do you think like a young woman like me, for example, because I'm only 17, and in high school it's pretty hard to learn coding because it's not like doing it professionally. How do you get over this fear of just, okay, I'm going to go for it, I'm going to really learn it? Because I've always thought that, okay, I will start now and then I see no progress, like there's no big progress, and I just give it up, kind of.
I understand. That's a really nice question. To be honest, you are right in a very right age, to be honest, to start working in coding. My suggestion will be to just stay persistent with one thing that you are doing. Like if you have started doing JavaScript, let's say, or Python, or any language, you pick any language, whatever you want. These days, the most common and famous and well-paid language is Python, which is very easy to learn as well, which is considered to be one of the easiest language that you can learn, which has a very basic syntax, and you do not have to worry about like loads of errors and syntax. And the most important thing is like it's open source. You got a lot of resources out there and help in form of YouTube videos, free tutorials, and a lot more. So I will suggest, don't worry about anything and don't listen to anyone else. Just pick one language and complete one whole course. I have seen people who do not make progress is because they just leave the course in between. When they are following a series, maybe on a YouTube, they are following a guy who they think they can understand better, maybe if it's in their own language or something. So they just start doing a tutorial, maybe it has like 36 episodes or playlist, and they just they have passion for it. They start with very aggressively, like, okay, I'm just going to end it and I will be a programmer, and they do it with that passion, and they just cross 10 videos, and they are on the 12th video, and then they are on 15th video, and then suddenly someone tell them like, okay, I think you should do JavaScript instead of what you are doing right now, and they jump all their progress to another programming language, and then they start another tutorial list from episode 1, and which does not bring them anything, and their progression stops right there. So I always encourage to start with one course and end it, please. Make sure you finish that. Once you finish that, you can jump to any other course, but at least finish one course. Once you finish any one course, you will have your basics clear. You will know how you declare integer, how you add text in the field, how you bring color to the table. You will know everything that you need to know for the basics, and you're good to go with any field. And then once you're done with the basics, it's all add-on. You will continue exploring more, you will continue doing it, and once you are in the field, you are working actually for some company, you will learn and you will grow anyway. So I think I will suggest to start with one course and finish that until jumping to another one.
Okay, thank you so much. I think there's a question in the chat from Melissa. She says, how was the experience working in tech? What about the difficulties?
Yeah, so that's a really amazing question, Melissa. So yeah, working.
Oh, and one thing, can I stop sharing the screen so that you can, like, we can see you answer the? It's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
No
okay.
worries. That would be good to see more questions. So yeah, Melissa, your question is really nice. How was the experience working in tech and about the difficulties? My experience was really amazing, to be honest. I started right after my bachelor's, and I started off with multinational bank. That was like a proper organization. Obviously, when you work for the multinational, they have processes to follow, and they have departments for everything. So you are quite safe, and you are quite in a better position to start your career with, because you get to know how things works and how you learn the professionalism and everything. Difficulties that I have faced throughout my career was getting promotion, getting pay raise. They always try to avoid such kind of conversations with the women of color, maybe with the women in tech or something. They try not to give you what you deserve. So throughout my career, I was struggling with this. I always have to let them believe in me, and I have to give them like so many more hours than anyone else in the company, just to prove myself, to prove my skill set, to prove my identity, to give them like, okay, I also exist. For that, I had to work really hard than anyone else in the company, because being women, it's not always easy to capture that focus. When I started in the company right now, the company I'm working for, I was just a contractor, and later I think in 2 months they gave me a permanent position, and in less than 6 months I got promoted. So reason being is I worked really hard for that. I was working late hours. I'd never advocate that, and I would never appreciate working late hours. But because I was a woman, and I also was a woman of color, I had to see and face many challenges more than any woman in the company. So I have to prove myself, and I have to make them believe that I'm worth it. So, but yet, as of now, I still struggle. When I ask for better pay raise, it's always a question like, okay, we will think about it. So it's always a thing that you have to face sometimes, but it's not always, to be honest. Like, it depends from company to company, teams to team, but in general, women has to go through all these phases. And I think that makes you a stronger, a better professional, and it makes you thrill that you work on yourself. I regularly do courses so I can encourage myself, like, okay, I have a better career and I can go anywhere in the world I want to work, and I can upskill my skill set so my CV is enriched. So also the point I always try whenever I do any webinar is, please build your LinkedIn. That's very important. Even if you are in a high school, if you are in anywhere in your life, please start building your LinkedIn, because it helps you a lot. It's just not a platform to find a job. It's a platform to learn as well. There are lots of groups where they are offering so many courses for free. You can jump in, join, and you can, follow those groups which align with your goals. And if you are looking for some particular field, you can just go and follow those groups, and you will get to know so much information that you cannot do and you can never have it online or anywhere in the field. So I always encourage, if you don't have LinkedIn, do it right now. Create your account, build your network, add people of your interest. Like if you are in the field of maybe finance or tech or whatever, build your career on the LinkedIn first. So once you have a very powerful resume or LinkedIn profile, it's very easy to find a job. So that's what I did. So landing a job here in the UK was not easy. When the market was so down, nobody were getting jobs. We had a pandemic as well, and people were getting laid off. In doing that, I had to upskill my skill set. And then I keep adding my new skills to my LinkedIn profile so it can become more attractive to recruitment teams. So once you have a visible LinkedIn profile, you're almost there.
Okay, that's amazing. Thank you for your answer. We have more questions here, so that's great.
So we have, what is the most useful coding language in your opinion? As I said, like, every language is good. You can start from anything. But in my opinion, I prefer, in the time of today, I prefer to start your career with Python. Python is quite easier to learn. It's quite easy to grab all the concepts, and it's quite famous. You will land a job right there because it's so famous. Everything is getting done through Python now. AI, Python has become a thing now. So if you are just starting your career now, I think it's a great opportunity for you to start your career with Python, and it's open source. You can get so much knowledge, resources, video tutorials, which can lead you to a brilliant programmer. And I will just give you a link as well, where you can just start your learning basics and start practicing right there. You don't have to have any setup for that. You don't have to download anything for that. All you need is to learn basics from the chapter by chapter, and then just start practicing right in front of yourself. And if you do anything wrong in it, they will give you the correct syntax error and the correct code as well. So I think that's brilliant if you start your career with Python. But whatever language you like, it's always good to start wherever you want to. So, but in my opinion, I think Python is one of the best.
Great, thank you. That's amazing, because I started with JavaScript and I thought that it was really hard because I was new to it. And then I looked up videos and I didn't understand anything. I was like, what is this, So I think, yeah, Python would be a lot easier. And I think I will start again, actually. Thank you for this.
No worries. I think JavaScript is like a good to know, but for the start, I think Python will be easier to grab. Once you have a basics clear, once you know like what's happening within the code, you will be able to learn JavaScript as well. So, but if you don't have any background, and jumping into JavaScript might be challenging for anyone. So it's just not you, it's anyone. If someone don't have any background with the coding and they just straight jump into JavaScript, they might face some problems. So I think you now, if you start doing Python, you will be in a good place to start your career.
Thank you.
We have another question from Lisa. What about the coding? How that helped you in your working process or even in collaboration? Did you had one? Yeah, so coding is for your career. It's something that will help you to grow in your own field. So and I also tell a lot of people about it, like tech is not always about coding. If you don't like coding, it's okay. If you fear coding, that's okay. I am here to help you to get out of that fear, definitely. But if it's something that you don't feel like doing for the rest of your life, just don't worry about it. You can still be in tech. There are lots of fields where you can work without coding. There are lots of things that you can still do without being a coder or programmer. So please don't bring yourself into the fear that you can only work in tech if you know coding. That's not the case. We have I think people have misunderstood the tech field. It's just not about the coding. It's just one part of the field. So coding is like quite a big field. Like the tech is eventually is like a big tree, and the coding is one branch. It's not the whole tree. So you have a lot of other branches to explore. If you don't like coding, don't worry about it. Just you can explore any other field or other branch that you are interested in, and still you can be being in the tech field. So for your question, coding is very helpful, of course, because I work in the tech field and my job is to find errors and bugs in the code. So I will definitely need to know the code first to find out the bugs in it. So that definitely it helps me, and I work every day with the field and the coding that I've learned all those long years. And I did bachelor's and master's. So obviously I learned lots of different languages as well. And now I'm particularly working in Python for a longer period of time because in my company, all the development is being done on Python. So I am working with the Python. Definitely it helps you build your career better, help you in your working processes. Obviously, if you know the language, then you'll be able to do your job better. So that's what it is. The other question is, do you have any more tips for beginners in coding? Yeah. I will say, as I said to her, like start with one language and finish that course. I will say once you learn that language, or you have done or maybe completed a course, try to do projects on that piece of code that you have learned. Maybe like freelance, get some basic free codes, free projects, and just do it. It will make you a better programmer. You will find challenges and you will see errors in your code. Then you will Google it, then you will YouTube it, and then you will find more ways to resolve your solution, resolve your bug or the error. So it will make you more better programmer. So I think after learning the whole piece of a course or doing a free course or whatever tutorial that you've been following, once you finish that, I always encourage to do free projects or paid project, whatever helps. And maybe just find some list of projects in, let's take an example. If you have done a course on Python, now you think you know some basics of Python, and fairly while learning you have developed some files, and you've been doing so much in the whole course by with your instructor or the YouTuber or whatever you're following. Once you have done that, what you can do is Google some projects in Python and try to build those. And in doing that, so you will improve your coding skills. You will learn more about the errors. You will learn more about, you will always face challenges. So once you face challenges, pick those challenges, Google it, find the solution, implement, and that's how you're learning. And that's how you will build your profile. And then whenever you were hunting for a job, you can always tell them, okay, I created a calculator, I created a maybe management system, or maybe weather forecasting system, or so many small programs that you can do. So yeah.
Okay. Well, we're waiting for more questions, sorry. But in the meantime, I have a lot.
Yeah, of
And
course.
yeah, so one question is, because we're talking about women here,
Yeah.
how do we think we can actually like fight this gap, the gender gap in tech? Maybe if I want to go and get a job and they just tell me no because I'm a woman. I mean, not directly, as you said, because they can say
Yeah.
it directly, but they suggest it. What can I do then? Should I report it somewhere? Should I speak about it?
To be honest, you cannot report anywhere because they will not do it in something like in a written way. They will never say that on your email. They will never say that in written form. They will never give you any letter saying like, we cannot hire you because you're a woman, but you will pick it up from their gesture that they are more lean toward a male person, or they are more interested in hiring someone rather than a woman. So if that's the case, I always believe you will, every woman in their career, they face that. All you can do is you can upskill your skill set. Once you have a good skill set, they cannot ignore you because they need you, they want you. So then they will have to think beyond that. So that's what I always did, because when we have a couple of CVs and we have equal skill set in a man and equal skill set in a woman, but a person who is hiring thinks like we are more lean towards hiring a male. So what you can do to bring attention to your CV is to have a more skill set. Like you can have more good skills that can beat any other person. So I always encourage to build more skills in your CVs, and that's why I always advocate to have a good, like, best profile, LinkedIn profile, where you can add all the courses that you've been doing, add more about yourself, more about your career progression. And if as let's take your example, you're just 17 and you don't have any prior experience or anything, still it's okay. All you can do is you can build your LinkedIn profile saying like, I'm so passionate about the tech and I'm so thrilled to join any tech field or something. And then you can add your Python course details, like, okay, I'm currently working on Python and this and that, and I've done XYZ since so far. And then you add, I started off with JavaScript and XYZ, I have done this, and then I created a calculator based on my learning or this and that. So you are creating whole story for a recruiter. So when they are hiring a fresh grad or something, they will look into the passion. And if they find that the right passion, they will definitely hire you. My manager were like a person who was so much a person who always want to hire a woman. When we were hiring someone and when we get to hear something from HR, like, okay, we should try to not hire more women, or maybe more male because they're more responsible, we never listen to them. So it's always down to the person who is hiring and recruiting. All you can do is to differentiate yourself between them is to upskill yourself, add more skill to your resume, so they cannot ignore you. Then they will be forced to hire you, because obviously at the end of the day, all they want is to work get done. So yeah.
Okay. I think we can, Melissa raised her hand, and I think we can answer her question first if she wants to say something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to ask how was for you to accommodate. If I'm not wrong, you said that you are working in the England at a company in the England. So I was wondering how was for you to go accommodate, and how was your relationship with classmates or colleges?
My relationship with my colleagues.
Yeah.
So thank you for the question. It's really a good question. You always have to have a good relationship with your colleagues, like, because you are a team and you're working in a same environment. And as a person, I always believe that wherever I work, I have a really good relationship within the team and within the organization. So I always encourage to have a really good relationship within your team and outside your team as well. You can also have like just not the work, but you can also have like a good relationship otherwise as well. Like, I have a really good friend in my workplace, where through which I share everything, and I go out on drinks with her as well, and I go on lunch with her as well. So I mean, you always have to have a good relationship, and it actually helps you do your job better, because in that way you can have a transparent communication, and which is a key to success. The open communication, a transparent communication, it's like you can do half of your job by that. So I always encourage to have a good relationships.
I understand. Thank you so much.
No worries, always here to answer. We have another question, which is any behind scene tips for optimizing our LinkedIn profile? Will you say that networking is the best way to get a job in tech as opposed into applying to the bunch of jobs in many industry? That's the case. So I wonder if it's the same for the tech industry. It's same for the every industry. Networking is very important. I mean, I have seen people getting job without interviews just because they have networks, because someone who has worked with them previously know their worth, and they just refer, okay, I know this person, I can vouch on them, you can hire them. And the HR is so much in rush to hire someone on the position, they just send them after a call, or maybe just 25 minutes chat, they just send them a contract right there, just because they have a right networking. So when I say networking, always try to have a good relationships, as I said earlier, with your colleagues. And also to about, when I say networking, it's about the on the LinkedIn, maybe join groups, talk to them, add comments, share your observations, have a discussion with them. In that way you are networking with them, and go to all webinars and go to all seminars, and try to build like relationship with them, and exchange your CVs with them and your LinkedIn profile. So in that way, they will know the person is very energetic, they are very professional, and they really want to land on a job. So it actually helps. But that doesn't mean you don't apply to the bunch of jobs. When I was finding a job in London, I was applying to 200 to 300 jobs per day. In that way, I was able to get the interviews for maybe 10 or 12, and then got shortlisted for 3 or 2. So that's a whole process. It's like a full-time job. I have lots of friends who still struggling to find a job, the right job. And they come to me and ask me like, how did you find a job right after graduating? And my answer was like, I am actually giving a lot of time to this. This is a whole thing. It's just not like you have just applied to 2 to 3 jobs and you're just waiting, okay, someone will call me. That's not how it works. You have to apply for at least 200 to 300 jobs per day. And it's an activity of 4 to 5 weeks. And then after 4 to 5 weeks, you will start receiving emails. Most of them will be like, maybe we are not going ahead with your CV, or maybe unfortunately we are not doing this time, or something like that, which is okay. You do not have to demotivate yourself that, oh, I got a rejection email. That's okay. That happens, and that's a part of the journey. But you will see there will be 4 to 5 emails who will be calling you for the interviews, and who will taking you to the next round. And then finally you will get a job, and then you will finally, there will be a day when you will just receive a congratulations, we are thrilled to announce that you have been selected. So that's a part of the journey, and you have to believe in yourself, and do not demotivate yourself just by saying like, okay, I applied to the 10 jobs and all of them have rejected me. That's a part of a journey. Everyone goes through that. That's not just you, that's not just me, it's everyone. So be patient with the job hunting process. It takes you to there. It takes time, but you always get that. So I always tell my friends that be patient about it, and just not apply to 10 jobs per day. Apply 100 to 200 jobs per day. That's what I used to do. And in doing that, I secure like around 4 jobs. So then you are in a position to pick what works for you, and what pays you more, or what gives you best career opportunity. So that's your call. And on the note, what are your best tips for networking? Yeah, to go to webinars, go to seminars, go to tech, all kind of the organizations, like try to build like networking in a way. They come up with the webinars, seminars. They organize so many different kind of networking in dinners or something like that. Join them. If you see anything happening around your circle, if anything happening on your LinkedIn profile, if you see someone is organizing anything in form of tech or job career progressions or maybe job fair, go to them. Maybe you will not see any benefit, but go talk to them. It will give you opportunity to like know what's happening in the field of tech, what people are looking for, what kind of jobs are open, what you can build in your CV, what you can learn from that group of people. And eventually, once you have like loads of people on your maybe WhatsApp or something, it's very easy to find job. When you're looking for a job, reach out to those people who are in the field, and they will like definitely hire you. I remember we were in a company, we were hiring an Android developer, and I am a QA. It's like a different field. But I knew a friend who was looking for an Android job. I reached out to the guy and I told them like, okay, we have an opening. Do you still want to apply? And he was like, yeah, it would be great to apply. And I took his CV, give them internally to the HR. They did the processing, and then that was moved to the Android team. And they really liked the guy, and he's still working with me. So he's in the company. So the networking, that's how networking works. So if I didn't know the person is Android developer, if I didn't know he is looking for a job, I wouldn't have reached to him. So networking, that's how the networking play major role in your job hunt.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for these answers. Well, I have another question myself. That's okay?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. How hard do you think it is to find a job in the tech domain as a beginner, and especially as a beginner woman? Like maybe complete a full course of Python, let's say that, like that.
To be honest, I think that's the easiest thing to find a job when you are a beginner, because as a beginner, we are not expecting anything from you. Like we know we have to teach them. We know if we are hiring a beginner, we have zero expectations, and that's how you land to a job, and then you excel, and then you will have a skill by then. So when you are applying for a Python junior developer maybe, or a starter job or something like that, I think that's the right way to enter into a tech industry, because there's zero expectations attached with your resume. When I was hiring for a junior QA, my expectation was nothing. I was not hiring for a talent, because I knew I have to teach them. So I was just hiring a person who is motivated, who knows how to work, who has good work ethics, and who is willing to work and who is willing to learn. So when you have all those four characteristics, like learner, good listener, someone who can come and like organize work, or maybe someone who is willing to learn more things, that's all you need. And then you just land the job. So I think if I were you, if I start doing any Python course, I will start looking for jobs. I will start applying as a junior developer or something. And they will literally, if you will go through any interview stages, you will see yourself. They will not ask you anything about the coding. They will just ask you about yourself, and they will try to know if you are passionate enough to hire you. That's all they want to know. So if they see that passion and potential in you, they will hire you.
That's great. That's actually amazing. It makes me happy, because I've always been scared about this, especially because I'm not really good at math. This is another question. Is math really related to technology? Is it like, if you are not good with numbers, is it hard to get into technology?
Not really. My answer would be no. It's important. The maths is important if you're doing a degree, because we have in bachelor's of computer sciences or in a software engineering, you have to clear so many mathematical courses like calculus and so many different levels. So it gets harder for the people who are not very good in maths, but it's not important in the industry. So if you are starting off your career as a someone who has done few courses and joining the industry, I think you will be fine. You will be absolutely fine, because maths has nothing to do with the coding, but it definitely has to do if you are doing a proper tech degree, because they have a curriculum where they have set so many different mathematical levels. Then you have to pass them to get a degree. So if you are surpassing that level and you're just getting into the tech industry by doing the courses, you're good to go.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
No worries.
Okay, does anyone have any more questions? You can ask anything related to this.
Of course. Whatever is on your mind, anything I can help with. I can even, I've given my email address at the end of the slide. You can always reach out to me if you need any help with your CV or your LinkedIn profile or anything that can help you to get a job, or I'm happy to help and address any issues that you have.
Okay,
Yeah.
we have another question. Great.
Yeah, that's like, I was just writing that. It's w3school.com. That's a platform where you can just, anybody knows about it already? No?
No, I didn't know about this actually.
Perfect. Then it's really amazing website to go through. It's a platform where you can learn any language from the scratch. And if you choose to learn Python, let's say, go to Python platform, Python tab. You will open the w3school.com and you will see there will be thousands of language. You will see Python there. Click it. And it goes chapter by chapter, section by section, and learn all of it. And you can just practice, write all things that you've learned right there in front of yourself. And it gives you error right there and gives you actual code as well. So if you think like you have coded something wrong, they will tell you that what can be a better solution for this piece of code. So it's really amazing. Do give it a try, and write me if you need any help with anything, even in the recruitment or any CV or LinkedIn profile. I'm happy to help. And yeah, if you have any other questions, I'm happy to answer.
Yeah, definitely, guys. You can ask anything. So, I mean, in the meantime, again, I can ask my questions. So let me see how I say this. Okay. If I have my code and maybe I'm trying to solve like a math problem or something with my code, and it gives me errors and I don't know how to fix it, like what should I do then? Because you try everything, you go on YouTube, you search, it says do this, it doesn't work. Then what? Should you leave the problem alone, or should you just...
Yeah, so you shouldn't leave the problem. Literally, there's no error that you will not able to find help for in the YouTube or on the Google. Just simply copy the error as it is, enter on the Google, and you will see there is a page called Quora, Quora, and they have answers for all the errors. You just have to add that error there and you will be sorted. You will give all the explanation, and even there are people, that's a community. That's what I was saying. That's a networking, that's a community where people are answering your questions and people helping you out to find the right code for your problem. So if you find any issue, any error, if you paste that error in the Quora, and there will be people who will be talking about that error already, because that you are not the one who is facing that. There will be millions of people who has seen that, faced that previously. So people have been talking about it. They were giving better suggestions and then giving you the right line of code to use so your error can go away. So you can always
thank you.
do that on YouTube or the Google. That helps a lot.
Thank you. That's great. Okay. Come on, guys, don't be shy.
Yeah, it's an opportunity.
Yeah, I know you have a lot of questions, because I do, and I think everyone has. So don't be shy to maybe write them down if you don't want to just tell them.
Yeah, you can write down on the chat. I can answer right there.
Okay.
I don't have a question, but I just want to say thank you so much, Ayesha. And I'm sorry I'm not on with my camera today, but thank you so much for the presentation, because I think you really combined very effectively the practical stuff, but also the life stuff that we all need to know. Like it's always a pep talk is always welcome with this kind of information and talk. So we really appreciate it, and we're so grateful that you're here with us and answering so many questions too. So thank you.
No worries, it's a pleasure to be here, and I was so excited about this webinar because it's something that is very close to my heart as well, because it's really important to educate and share feedback with the women throughout the world and let them explore this potential of theirs. They have potential, but their fear comes across their potential and they just don't know where to start. So that's these kind of opportunities helps a lot, and I really thank you all you guys for arranging this beautiful webinar where we have an opportunity for other people to talk and discuss. I am also writing down my email address here for people who can reach out to me if they want. If they have any issues with their CVs, resume, or anything, they are always welcome to reach out to me on email so I can help them build their LinkedIn profile, from their CVs to everything, and in their career as well. So it was really nice seeing you all. We have something from Lisa. Sorry, but unfortunately I can't stay anymore, but it was so nice to hear from you. Thank you so much. You are gorgeous and you really helped me with my questions. Oh, thank you so much, Melissa. It was really nice of you. It's always good to see so many people and who are so eager to go ahead in their career in the tech especially, and I always try to help as much as women I can so they can build their career. In my career I was so worried when I started like the coding thing, and I thought like this is not what I will be able to do it, and it's very difficult maybe, or maybe I will not be able to make a good career out of it. But that's not how it works, because you have to believe in yourself, and once you dig into the problem you conquer the world. So good luck to all girls and anyone and everyone who is willing to contribute towards the tech, and it's the right time. You are on the right place. Feel free to reach out to me if you need any help with anything, and I'm always happy to help and support.
That's so nice and inspirational. Thank you. Thank you so much, Isha. We also have one more question, if that's okay for you. And
Yeah,
then
of course.
It's from Wana. What is the purpose of a code? She asks.
Purpose of a code. So purpose of a code is to build something, maybe like if you are seeing this, the whole Zoom, let's say example, you are seeing the whole Zoom thingy, that's called the front end. So how you are seeing everyone on the top and seeing me on the face and all the chats, that's called the front end. And that's the purpose of code, to build it. So to show, like if you're showing something on front, maybe let's say give you example on the Facebook, you have a login. So you enter email address, then you enter password, and then you click login. So it logs you into your profile. So how it works, that's called front end. So we code for that to make it visible for you all. So that's the purpose of the code.
Okay, I hope Wana has her question answered. I hope she understood everything.
Yeah, if she has any other question, happy to answer. And if it's
definitely
more information on what the purpose of code, I'm happy to go in detail.
So, Wana or anyone else, does anyone have any more questions for Ayesha today?
Last call, guys.
Yeah, definitely last call. Let's see. Don't be shy. You can do it.
Yeah, last opportunity.
Oh, and Ayesha, before we go, do you mind leaving your LinkedIn profile as well, dropping it in the chat for people that would want to add you on there?
Of course, I can give you that. Thank you for reminding me. It's really.
Yeah. Absolutely. You talked about how important LinkedIn is, and that's a really great reminder. So for everyone that's participating, if you want to drop your LinkedIn as well and connect with Ayesha, but also with each other, definitely go for it. That's why we're here.
Yeah, of course. Always encouraged to have like a very rich LinkedIn profile. It helps you to reach your dream job, honestly. So that's my LinkedIn. You can reach out to me. I'm here as well. And we can have a connection there, and then I can even refer you to the different groups where you are interested, and where you see your potential. It's like really, I think LinkedIn has changed the game of recruitment so massively. So I always encourage, and I say, like, please build your LinkedIn. If you are not on LinkedIn right now, just create one.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, that's really good. And do try w3school.com. It's really helpful, and it's really amazing to start your career with zero fee or anything to pay, and does not require a login even. You do not have to register. You just have to write w3school.com, and the whole platform will load for you, and it's for free. Learn and excel.
Thank you so much for this information. And so, does anyone have any more questions? Now it's really the last call. Okay. Okay, so I don't see any more questions, but I am really glad that you have answered all of these questions amazingly. You're very inspirational. I think everyone can see a lot of potential in themselves now after this speech, so thank you so much. And anyone who has any more questions, of course, you can also contact Ayesha on her LinkedIn or her email, as she said. So thank you so much, Ayesha, for this speech. Thank you.
No worries. Thank you so much. Have a good weekend ahead, everyone. Take care.
Thank you, Ayesha.
Bye. Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.